Welcome. This video will tell you about connecting a thermometer to our device. We use DALLAS 18X20 thermometers. The first thing you need to do is to read the serial number of the thermometers you want to use. You need to connect the thermometers to the device one by one to read the numbers. When you connect a thermometer to a device, its serial number is visible in the fifth display in the main window. Once you have the number, write it down. Double-click the pink bus LED and the thermometer configuration window will pop out. Pick one of the slots and enter the serial number in the 64-bit serial field. Now press the Save button. If the number entered is correct, then the software should start showing temperature detected by the thermometer. In the description field, enter the name you want to give to the thermometer, for example, Garage 1. It's best that you enter the name when you connect the thermometer so that you avoid confusion later. The columns on the left, AL low and AL high, are used to set a temperature value that if crossed will trigger an alarm. For example, if you want the device to work as a fire detector, you could place the thermometer right under the ceiling where it gets hot the fastest and set an AL high value. Also, if you want to be warned if the temperature in a chosen room drops too much, you could set the AL low value. Now, how to set up an alarm. First, enter the AL high value. In our example, this value will be 28 centigrade. If you are more familiar with Fahrenheit, you can make a switch on the right side of the screen. Save the configuration and exit. Enter the input configuration window and go into the analog alarms and other tabs. In this example, we pick the one-wire temp to high functions for zones 1 and 2. We also make the software remember the alarm for zone 1. Now switch to the Logic Function tab. Here you can assign the analog zones to one or more of the X variables. You could also make a direct connection between the variable and the thermometer, but then the alarm cannot be remembered. We will set up different options and see how they work. Save the configuration and exit the window. Now, let's see how this works. Enter the 147 pin code and ARM analog zones 1 and 2. Now take the thermometer into your hand so that the temperature rises. As you can see, when the temperature went above 28 degrees, both alarm zones were triggered. Now let go of the thermometer. Once the temperature falls, one of the alarm zones stays triggered and one will return to its previous state. This is due to the settings made earlier. Different variables in this example also have different reactions. This is all for now. Thank you for watching.